coming to this convention that celebrates the Black culture and Black cosplayers is very inspiring to me.
Every time I come back, it feels like I'm coming back home.
I feel really excited and happy that I get to share something that I created for my community with my community.
Because it's a cultural center like this in Harlem, there's a lot of historical meaning behind it.
This show is so important to the comic book world because it's full of Black people, people of color, people that you don't often see in the fandom and sometimes in the actual comic books unless you're in the indie comic book community where you just see a ton of us.
I'm Princess Candy. I'm from the Candyland. I made up Princess Candy myself. She's a bright, colorful girl and she just loves to have fun in the Candy Kingdom. I really love events like this because it's a great comfort zone for me. I can dress how I like and you could be celebrated here.
We were always out there as superheroes, we've always been out there, but now they're finally getting mainstream.
As someone that grew up with comics, I think that comics right now are more diverse than ever. However, the question is, when will we allow independent Black artists and independent creators of color from marginalized communities to tell their own stories? We've seen a lot of progress with major publishers that are creating diverse characters. However, a lot of those characters, a lot of the time, aren't written by the people from those actual communities and that represent those actual life experiences.
A lot of time for us, we do face the roadblocks as far as like going to larger conventions. You know, where we a lot of times don't have that same type of marketing space or presence. We compete in the same space as larger corporations. So looking at places that carry larger books, a lot of times bookshelf space is finite. So a lot of times we do have to go directly to our audiences to try to engage them and make sure that we have that relationship. Places like the Schomburg and these types of events, absolutely necessary.
Festivals and conventions are important just simply in normalizing the way we view Blackness in a creative sense and showing that each person has their way of expressing themselves and their way of being active in society and helping to further the people. And it doesn't have to be in a stereotypical way. I feel like when people come in and they visit, they're like, oh, okay, this is something new that I didn't know about before.
Young people are being introduced to superheroes of African descent, and it's an amazing space to share our work with children that are engaged and excited because all they know about comic books are what they see on the movie screens, televisions, or video games that's being produced by these major trillion-dollar corporations. But when they come into this space, they're learning about independent storytellers and creating characters that look like the students.
A lot of the times when we hear the word Black comics and we think about events like this, like the Black Comic Book Festival, sometimes people think that Black comics are specifically for Black people. And even though we as Black people are able to embrace our stories and tell our stories in our comics, other people should be reading our comics too.
Make sure you stay true to your craft because that's the only way this is going to get bigger. People will notice this more. More events like this will take place throughout the United States as well as throughout the world.